The first one is yung assets. Kailangan mong ilista lahat ng assets mo. Okay? Magsisimula yan sa cash, magkano yung pera na hawak mo, and then yung worth or yung value ng mga properties mo. When I say properties, hindi lang yung real estate, hindi lang yung mga malalaking bagay like kotse, no? Isama mo na rin dito yung mga gamit mo na may significant value. For example, meron kang designer bag na worth 60,000 or meron kang gadget na worth 100,000. Yung laptop mo, usually mga laptop ngayon close to 100,000 na rin yung price. So ano yung current value ng mga properties mo, ng mga gamit mo, especially yung may mga significant na value. The next that you should list down are your investments. Yung current or yung present value ng investments mo ang ilalagay mo. So kung kunwari bumili ka ng stocks worth 100,000, tapos ngayon 150,000 pesos na yung value niya, then 150,000 yung value na ilalagay natin dun sa investments. Kung negative naman, ganun din. Kung wari yung 100,000 pesos na stocks na binili mo, currently it's only worth 80,000. So 80,000 yung ilalagay natin dun sa asset column. Yung mga insurance policies natin, especially yung may investment component, meron yang cash value. So ano yung cash value? Yung present cash value ng mga policies natin, or surrender value. Minsan yun din yung term na ginagamit nila. Lastly, yung mga receivables. Sino ba yung mga may utang sa inyo? Ano ba yung mga ini-expect nyo na pera na babayaran kayo? So, iba to dun sa expected na sweldo. Ito, pera nyo na to na pinahiram. Kaya kailangan kayo bayaran. So, pwede nyo actually ilagay yon sa asset column nyo. Kasi technically, nasa nyo na yung pera na yon and kailangan kayong bayaran. Kung merong interest, yung receivable nyo, isama nyo na rin. So, itong assets, itong number na to, you will put this against your liabilities. And that's where you will be able to compute your net worth. So, isulat nyo lang yung mga numbers under your asset column, which are actually yung amount of cash that you have, the value of your properties and investments, the cash value of your insurance policies, and your receivables. Moving on to liabilities, basically ang liabilities, ito yung utang. Magkano ba yung utang mo? Magkano yung mga kailangan mong bayaran? So kasama dito yung mga credit card debts, yung mga personal loans, home loan, car loan, etc. And also yung mga kailangan mo namang bayaran na utang. Kung humiram ka ng pera, isasama mo siya sa liabilities kasi kailangan mong bayaran yan. Pagdating sa debts and loans, ang value na nilalagay dito is kung magkano pa yung balance mo. So kung nag-car loan ka worth 1 million tapos nabayaran mo na yung 400,000, so 600,000 na lang yung balance sa loan mo, under your liabilities, yung 600,000 na lang ang ilalagay mo. So get the total of all your liabilities and then subtract that dun sa total value ng iyong mga assets and you will get your net worth. So the question now is your net worth positive? So having a negative net worth is an early sign of a financial problem and should never be ignored or set aside. So kaya natin chine-check yung ating net worth kasi it really shows us kung kailangan mo biglang bayaran lahat ng utang mo, for whatever reason, mababayaran mo ba siya lahat using your current assets? Yun yung unang tinatanong dyan eh. And syempre, kung mas malaki yung liabilities mo kesa sa assets mo, that's an early sign that you need to take care of your liability, manage your liabilities, and also find ways to increase your assets or your net worth. So kung negative yung net worth mo or maliit lang, minsan feeling mo ang yaman-yaman mo, ang laki-laki ng assets mo, ang dami mong pera, pero pag sinubtract mo yung liabilities mo, ang dami mo palang loans, ang taas pa ng balance mo sa mga home loan mo o sa car loan mo, etc. Then, kailangan mo siyang i-improve, or that's an early sign na kailangan mong mag-take ng action ngayon to improve your net worth. Isang medyo nakakalito, for example, meron kang bahay. So, yung bahay, magkano yung value niya? Let's just say na 5 million yung value ng bahay mo or condo. That value, current or present value, goes to the assets. Pero, what if meron ka pang balance dun sa home loan mo na 4 million? So, yung 4 million na balance dun sa home loan mo, pupunta sa liabilities. So, both sa assets at saka sa liabilities, meron parehong entry na yung bahay or yung condo mo. So, makikita mo ngayon yung net worth. So, habang binabayaran mo yung loan mo, hopefully, yung value ng asset, ng property mo, nag-appreciate, then, mas lumalaki yung net worth natin. But that takes several years, di ba? So, for now, you have to see if you are currently net worth positive. So, anong mga pwede mong gawin para i-increase yung net worth mo? So, first of all, you have to look into the idle assets that you have and see how you can generate some income from that. Meron akong kaibigan, meron siyang photography and videography na hobby. Pero na-busy siya sa work, and for the longest time, siguro mga 4 or 5 years na, hindi niya na nagagalaw yung mga camera niya. Meron din siyang drone, no, na hindi na rin niya nagagamit. And itong mga equipment niya, ang tataas ng value. Meron siyang lens worth 60,000, tapos yung drone na binili niya, more than 100,000 niya nabili, etc. Pero nasa kwarto lang niya, nasa bodega lang doon sa kwarto niya. So, yes, these are assets, pero baka pwede mo siyang gawing income generating asset. And eventually, he decided to reach out sa mga kakilala niyang mga videographers, mga wedding photographers, and have his equipment rented out. Particularly yung drone. Maraming mga videographers na walang drone, and it would be nice if they could rent one or they could have one. So, yung ginawa niya, pinaparent out niya, I think I'm not sure, no, I think mga 4,000 or 5,000 a day. And of course, naging income generating ngayon yung mga assets niya, yung mga equipment niya. So, depende siguro sa inyo. Kunwari, meron kayong apartment na balak nyong ipa-renovate for the longest time pero hindi nyo nagagawa. Siguro, mas maganda na you take the time to really plan out your finances, renovate the apartment para pwede nyo siyang mapa-rent out. May kakilala ko na for the longest time, meron siyang minana sa lolo niya na lupa, na farmland sa province. And since hindi niya hindi niya talaga priority, ini-ignore lang niya or hindi niya inaasikaso. So sabi ko, why not take the time to hire someone, siguro a caretaker, who will manage yung farmland and then see if you can, turn it into something profitable. Magpatanim ka doon ng whatever or something. Or ano ba talaga yung plano mo dyan? Kasi kung hindi mo naman talaga gagamitin, why don't you just sell the property and then use the money for other things that could make profit, no? Pwede mong i-invest na lang yon para at least yun, mas active yung pag-generate ng income for you. So, you have to look into the idle assets that you have and see how you can generate income from them. Pag negative yung net worth mo, ito yung isa sa mga dapat mo ding gawin, no? Prepare to liquidate frozen assets when needed. Sabi ko nga, yung mga utang, yung mga liabilities mo, kung biglang maningil yan, Or what if magbigay ng amnesty or a special interest or a special offer? Sayang kung hindi mo magagrab yung opportunity. So, meron kang mga assets na i-check mo kapag kailangan ko bigla ng pera, ano yung mga pwede kong ibenta dito? Ano yung mga pwede kong i-liquidate ng mga assets? And this is also in preparation, lalo na kung negative yung net worth mo. So, you have to see ano ba yung mga assets ko na pwede kong ibenta para bawasan yung liabilities ko. Kasi, ang problem, pag lumalaki yung liabilities mo, mga utang ito di ba? Mag-i-incur siya ng interest. So, as time goes by, tumataas lalo yung liabilities mo kahit na hindi ka na nagdadagdag ng utang kasi yung interest yung nagpapalaki sa kanya. So, it might be better to just liquidate some of your assets. Tapos yung pera, ipambawas mo dun sa mga liabilities mo, sa mga debts and loans mo para hindi na ganun kataas or even mawala na yung interest na nai-incur every month. The next thing that you can do is to get a handle on your loans and debts. So of course, tingnan mo kung meron ka bang sistema sa pagbabayad ng iyong utang, lalo na kung ang minamanage mo ay multiple credit card debts. So try to find a way to manage your debts. Ano ba yung strategy na pwede? Gusto mo bang mag-debt snowball method, etc. Minsan, it might make sense to do a balance transfer, etc. So, it's important to have a good perspective or a good overview of what your loans and debts are and how you are managing them. And lastly, related to your liabilities, to your debts, call your creditors and seek amnesty or if there's a way to restructure your terms. Minsan, option yan na hindi tayo aware. Lalo na yung mga loans na matagal na natin binabayaran. Let's just say na meron kang 20 years na term na home loan, tapos nagbabayad ka na for around 5 or 6 years. And at that point ay mas maganda na yung finances mo. Baka pwede mong balikan yung bangko and ask them, baka pwedeng i-restructure instead na 20 years, gawin na natin na 5 years yung remaining na balance. So, mas maliit yung mababayaran mong interest kasi instead of paying for the next up to 20 years, naging 10 years na lang or 15 years yung loan mo, merong mababawas na interest dun sa payment mo. So, pwede mo siyang ipa-restructure or the other way around naman, let's just say na meron kang credit card na malaking utang sa credit card na nahihirapan kang bayaran and pwede mo siyang ipa-installment na lang. So, let's just say na itong remaining balance ko sa credit card, baka pwedeng gawing 2 years na installment tapos i-fix na lang yung interest para ma-manage yung cash flow mo. So, call your creditors and seek amnesty if it is needed or check with them if there's a way to restructure your terms in such a way na you will come up with some savings dun sa interest payments. Okay? So, these are just some of the things that you can do to improve your net worth. Basically, you have to increase your assets, the value of your assets, and minimize or lower your liabilities. Personal finance is personal. Baka may mga strategies pa na pwede kayong gawin depende dun sa situation ninyo.